What's happening, everybody? We good? All right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Thank you for attending the Racing for Recovery Support Group meeting. We are focused on maintaining a drug-free and healthy lifestyle. Since 2001, our open forum meeting welcomes parents, adolescents, recovering individuals, and anyone who supports our mission. Your suggestions, comments, or ideas are welcome to make our meetings the best they can be. The Racing for Recovery Support Group meeting is a cutting-edge alternative to what is currently offered. By combining substance abusers, families, friends, and the public at large, we have created an environment that is beneficial to everyone who has been affected by alcohol and drug addiction. We start at 6:30, so thank you to everybody for being on time. Please turn off your cell phones. Please, only one person speaks at a time, and when you do share, please do it loudly so everyone in the room and the folks at home who are watching can hear you, because what you have to say is important. We'll sign anything that needs to be signed. Please do that after the meeting. Honesty is required. It's the only thing we ask. Just be honest. And I want to do this too. If you are here and you're having a hard time, please raise your hand early and say whatever is up so we can curtail the meeting around you. And as always, if you're feeling awesome, we want to hear that too. Feel free to openly share your comments and points of view on how substance abuse has impacted your life. This meeting is open to people of all ages and welcomes diversity. So please refrain from using excessive foul language and language that discriminates against any race, gender, religion, ethnicity, sexual orientation, or disability in order to maintain an atmosphere of respect and dignity. If you see a visitor, a new member, or a returning member that you haven't seen in a while, please warmly welcome them into our program. Your confidentiality is important to us. However, please be mindful that this is a live stream meeting. It is open to Racing for Recovery members around the globe. But we do have seats along the side that if you want to not be on camera, you can do that. Please from getting up while the meeting is in process, simply because it's annoying. And if you're going to throw away anything, please do it in one of our trash cans. And again, like always, I'm so happy that nobody smokes anymore. Right? So we would have to talk about it. I love saying that every time I do this. Okay. Holy cow. Anybody? Oh no, we're reading the guidelines. Who has the guidelines for Racing for Recovery?
Hey. Hello everyone, my name is David, and I have the guidelines for living a lifestyle of recovery. Lifestyle recovery guidelines are intended to be utilized by recovering individuals, their families, and anyone else who is striving to avoid substance abuse and achieve sobriety. Guidelines: number 1, recognizing that substance abuse ruins lives. Number 2, wanting to pursue positive alternatives to substance abuse, such as our education, employment, quality relationships, and health and fitness. Number 3, using resources such as friends, family, teachers, and peers as a way to achieve and remain sober. Adding sports, art, and music to these resources will help us stay focused and motivated. Number 4, defining balance and working toward making it a part of everyday life. Number 5, building self-esteem and confidence through sobriety to combat negative feelings regarding oneself. Number 6, understanding that negative behaviors of isolation and self-pity lead to self-destruction. Number 7, lifting a person up is different than allowing them to continue their destructive lifestyles. Be there for yourself and be patient with your friends and family. Number 8, learning how to help without supporting the addict's behavior, providing assistance to the recovering individual that will improve their lives, not further their usage. Number 9, recognizing personal challenges and integrating them into our lifestyle as challenges to triumph over. Number 10, caring for our personal, emotional, physical, and spiritual individuality is the source we use for our sense of worth. Each person is truly magnificent.
Lindsay, go ahead and read our announcements, please.
So I have some announcements. Talk about some of the groups that we have here. So Monday night is our book study support group. It's from 4 to 5 p.m. The public is welcome. Tuesdays, we have our men and women's peer support groups. It's open to the public. It's from 4 to 5. It's peer-led. It's kind of a nice change of pace and a way to speak freely. Wednesday nights, we have BAC Recovery Group from 6:30 to 8:30. This begins with a meal at 6 o'clock. The van for clients leaves at 5:15. The meal is served at 6. On Thursday nights, we have our free plant-based dinner and music for group attendees from 5:30 to 6:30. I want to give a big shout out to Chef Dean and the kitchen volunteers. The kitchen was a big part of my recovery, so I'm very grateful for that. I want to give a shout out to our tech crew. They make this possible, so thank you to them. Yeah. We finish up our Thursday nights with our signature live support group meeting from 6:30 to 7:30. You can be here in person. You can watch on Facebook, YouTube. It's live streamed across the globe. Saturdays, we have community connections from 2:30 to 5. Sundays, we do our run walk support group at Wildwood. The meeting lasts from 8 to 9. Bedford Alliance Church service, van picks up at 10:15. And then we have our books. You can see them up here on the table. We ask that you help us out with some Google and Yelp reviews and follow us on social media. The meeting tonight will be available later on. Thanks, guys.
Cool.
Thanks, Lindsay. Thanks, Lindsay.
Who has the answer?
Gotcha.
Go ahead, Mike.
The Answer by Donald D. Carr. Running from the misery, trying to escape the pain as I approach the light of hope that lies before me. Each step overwhelms me, every breath sears my throat. I ache, my body rebels against me. My memories torment me. Agony has become my closest companion. My demons mock me as I dangle helplessly above the abyss of alcohol and drug abuse. The voices all sound the same, criticizing, accusing, blaming me for what has happened. They don't understand. They don't care who I am. I am a human being full of thoughts and feelings. I'm worth saving. Just show me the way. At last I reach the light of promise. There stands the answer. Open arms, understanding smiles, looks of trust. And so it begins, racing for recovery.
Okay, is there anybody here for their first ever Racing for Recovery support group meeting tonight? We're glad you're here. We do things a little bit differently than what you may or may not be used to. So one of the first things is I don't like labels. Racing for Recovery doesn't like labels. So you do not have to introduce yourself as an addict. I'm not saying not recognize your drug problem. We get it. But at Racing for Recovery, we know that you're more than just your drug addiction. So we just simply want to know your name and why you've chosen to come here tonight. But let's do this as an intro question tonight. We want to know your name, and I want to know one word that you're going to experience over the holidays. And they're not too far away. It's the best time of year. So I was thinking about this morning during my run. I want to know one word that's going to describe how you're going to feel during the holiday season this year. And we go this way. Want me to go to the right? That way. All right. Blazer, you're up.
My name's Blaze. I'm here tonight because this meeting is in alignment with my wellness journey. And one thing I'm going to do over the holidays this year is have some fun.
Right on.
And this is what we do on Thursday night. The one word I have for the holiday would be safe.
Cool.
Matthew, I'm here because I like the meeting, and happy.
Cool.
My name is Steve. One word to describe the holidays for me would be joy.
Good. Joe.
My name is Joe. I'm here because I want to be. Steve stole mine, so I'll say joyful.
Okay. Nice. Yeah.
My name is Mike. Better. Song for the holidays.
Okay, Cody?
I told you the holidays, just another day.
Okay, why are you here tonight?
It's probably my best option.
Okay, yep,
Chris, I'm here because this place changed me for the better. Holidays this year, I'm gonna say it's South because I'll be in the South, see my family for the first time since getting sick.
there we go. Nice. Kenzie?
I'm Kenzie. I'm here because this is home. And one thing that I think of over the holidays is family.
My name is Jeff, and I have this meeting as part of my weekly routine. And for the holidays, welcome
Yeah.
is a feeling I expect to feel this year.
I just want to acknowledge Jeff, he got here at 4:30 to get a seat. How about that, huh? We have to acknowledge. 4:30.
JP, that's what I do on Thursdays, and I'm looking forward to feeling peace this holiday season.
The holidays, I guess, feeling grateful for friends and family that are still here.
Cool. Yeah, Kelly?
My name's Kelly. I'm here because this is what I do on Thursdays. I've done it for some time and I will continue to do it every Thursday. It's where I want to be. My word that I use every day, but especially at the holidays, is gratitude.
Cool.
Well, here is, this is my second home. The holidays, joyful.
Good. David?
My name is David, and I'm here because I was here for a year as a client, and this place helped me become the person that I am today, and I'm very grateful for that. And this holiday season, I'm definitely going to be joyful.
Cool.
I'm Michael, I'm here because I pushed the button that makes everybody else able to see this thing. And holidays, I'm gonna say saved.
Cool.
I'm Matt. I'm here. I do work here, but I can say that Thursdays are definitely my favorite night of work. It's my favorite night of the week. I love these meetings. And I'm going to be, I get goofy with my family, so we're going to be playful.
All right, cool.
I'm Brian. I'm excited to be here tonight because I get to show a place for my mother and my uncle where I am safe and supported. And for the holidays, I'm gonna feel proud.
My name is Mark. I'm the uncle, not the mother. As you couldn't tell, but seriously, I'm here to support my nephew, and even though I kind of halfway heard about this before, I had no idea what to expect. And so when he invited me, I said, "Sure, I'll be here." And I'm just overwhelmed when I saw the friendliness, this whole place. So, not saying keep up the good work. And for the holidays, I'm looking at a possible lifestyle change for the holiday. And man, I didn't realize how much eating meat, not only me ate chicken, but it's the same thing. So I'm working, I'm gonna start reading this when I get home tonight. So thank you very much for that.
No, thanks. Yeah. And what's your name, so everybody?
I'm sorry, Harold Stevens. Yeah.
Nice to have you.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mom.
My mom, I'm Joyce Traylor.
And why did you come tonight?
To support my son and find out more about your organization. I'm very, 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 very impressed.
And what word are you gonna feel over the holidays?
Grateful.
Right on.
I like that.
Yeah, that's good. That's my pig Milo on the front cover.
Yeah, I heard about him already.
Dude's a rock star.
I heard he got his own house.
He does. If you ever need a place to live, you can move.
I hope not, no. Yeah, I hope not, but I keep that in mind.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
My name's Abby. I get to come here today, and I'm very grateful for that. But over the holidays, I would say sober. Like I'm just very, very excited to be with my family sober this year.
All right, good.
So cool. Kenny, you.
Hi, my name is Kenny. I'm here because I love coming here and seeing all of my friends.
Yeah.
I think the word I'm looking for maybe this year is togetherness.
Cool. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm Michael, and being here is part of my sobriety every week. Enjoy the meetings, and I don't know, the holidays, I'm just going to be thankful I'm alive.
Amen. Good.
Right on.
I'm Miriam. I'm Jewish, so we have different holidays, but there's one coming up next month, and I feel liberation.
Feel
Liberation?
Liberated.
Yeah,
Nice.
all right.
Yeah. Martin.
My name is Mark. I'm here to give and receive support, and my word is invited.
Yeah, right on. Yeah.
Name is Justin. I'm here because this place is amazing, and my word was also togetherness.
I'm Kevin. This is home. This is what we do on Thursdays. Haven't been here for a while, but I'm grateful to be back. My feeling is to be happy with all my peers and staff for the holidays.
Yeah, yeah. Jason.
My name's Jason. I'm here because it's what I do on Thursday nights. And I definitely had to come see the janitor run the meeting tonight. Thought that'd be pretty neat to check out. I'm gonna say welcome as well for the holidays.
Yeah, cool. Mike.
I've been here since Tuesday last week. I'm Mike, and I'm really glad to be here. I'm enjoying everything in here, and on the holidays, I'll be content.
Right on. With that beard, you look like Santa Claus.
Yeah, I'm ready.
My name is Pam. I come to this meeting to heal from trauma and addiction. And my word would be probably I would like to be of service.
Good word, good word. Timmy.
Hello, everybody. My name is Tim. I come here tonight. Normally, I would say something along the lines about it being part of my self-betterment journey, but I was sitting here thinking, right now, I just wouldn't feel right not being here tonight. I can't explain it, but that kind of wave just came over me. As far as how I'm going to feel over the holidays, the first word that came to mind was just love.
Wow. Yeah. Right.
I'll go. Ronnie, here to keep sticking to my program, keep going, as we like to say around here. Around the holidays, I'm hoping to see my kids, so I'll be overjoyed.
Yeah. Good. Michelle.
I'm Michelle. I am here because this is what I enjoy doing on Thursday evenings. And my table buddy stole my word, but he said I could add a D, so I will be feeling loved.
All right. Good word. Kim.
I'm Kim. I'm here to support my daughter and also.
Okay, good word. Yep, right on. Yep. JJ.
I'm JJ. I'm here tonight because this is what we do on Thursdays, and I've been given the opportunity to be part of this. And as for the holidays, I'm going to say grateful.
Cool.
Grateful to be able to spend it here with my family.
Yeah. I really enjoyed talking to you one-on-one that brief 5 minutes we had. Nice to get to know you a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Jason.
I'm Jason. I'm here because this is part of my recovery journey, and for the holidays, I'll be part of my family for once.
Yeah, right on. Mitchell.
I'm Mitchell. I'm here because this is part of my journey to recovery. One word I would feel over the holidays: excited.
Cool. Alex?
Yeah, I'm Alex. I'm here because this meeting has become part of my recovery. Grateful to be here. And over the holidays, I was going to say bummed, because I'm usually bummed over the holidays. But I'm going to frame it in a positive way, and I'm going to say joy.
You paid attention this morning, didn't you? Yeah, boy, right on. Heather.
I'm Heather. I'm here because this place has shown me what a home is supposed to feel like. And I have 2 words. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That would be present in the moment and complete.
Awesome. Next, Heather.
I'm Heather, that's Xander. We come here because this is home. This is where I was born. And there's a lot of people in this room I love with my whole heart. Have love for everybody in the room. I would say my one word would be at peace.
Yeah. Okay. Sir.
My name's Larry. I'm here to support my dear friend Heather, and I guess going along with JJ would be grateful.
Right on. Right. Adam.
I'm Adam. I'm here because I love this place. I think I'm going to feel privileged.
Good word. Anybody on the back want to say anything? No? Okay, cool. Lindsay?
I'm Lindsay. I'm here because Racing for Recovery helped me change my life. And now I get to help other people change theirs. And how I like to feel and will feel this holiday is blessed.
My name is Todd Crandall. I am here tonight because I like being a part of this thing of ours. Been running this 2 weeks in a row. I'm going to commit to running it again next week. I'm kind of liking this. And for this holiday season, I'm going to feel relieved. All right. I have something I want to do tonight, but more importantly, is there anything that anybody needs us to do tonight? Is there something you guys want to ask or have a suggestion, anything you want me to turn into something? Steve, you did last week. You got nothing this week? You good? Last week was good. That caught me off guard, by the way, but that was still good. Nothing? Okay. I like doing things I've never done before, so I thought of this. We'll do 2 things. I'll put them both out there, see what happens. What would happen if you woke up and realized you were trauma-free? Right? So, and I'm not going to take credit for this topic. I woke up this morning and somebody asked me that, and I was like, that's a great topic. So think of that. What would it feel like? What would you do if you woke up and realized you were trauma-free? Meaning you can't remember anything that bad happened to you. How would that affect you? How would it affect your family? Second topic. What have you learned about your addiction through your family? That one's mine. And I'm bringing it up I don't want to say it why, but a couple people here tonight that it applies to. Somebody told me right before the meeting, it's somebody I knew that used to come here, hasn't been here in a while, passed away from this stuff, which really bothers me. But what have you learned about your addiction through your family? Something your family has said, maybe your choices to drink or use drugs affected me this way that you learned about, or something you might have learned about yourself that you didn't want to accept that was actually good. You know, your family said, I love your sarcasm since you got sober. And you always wanted to be a comedian but never thought you were funny, something like that. So again, topic 1, how would you feel if you woke up and realized you were trauma-free? What impact would that have? And then again, what have you learned about yourself through your addiction by your family or friends? Your show, who's up?
David.
All right, I think I'm gonna tie these together, but I'm gonna go with the second topic first. I had a conversation with my sister, which I tried to avoid, as I don't really get along with her, so I avoid her. And she actually got clean through another place, which I didn't know about. And we had a conversation about how our father treated, say, her mother, my stepmother, and other people in our family, brothers, her, and how awful people were. But it was all because of drugs and alcohol, and we now understand that, so it affected us in a negative way. throughout our lives, you know, and since we're young. So I understand now, you know, I understand where they were coming from with their actions because I became a drug addict and alcoholic for many years of my life too, you know, so I understand their actions now. So by being sober, I understand where they were coming from when they were mistreating everyone. What was the first one again? I forgot.
If you woke up tomorrow
That's right. I
and
got it.
realized you were trauma-free, what kind of impact would that have on you?
So yeah, if I woke up trauma-free, I would probably have a better relationship with a lot of my family. I would talk to a lot of them. I completely avoid people in a lot of ways because I will lash out toward them if they react to me in a different way. You know, so let's say if somebody in my family that has wronged me in my life, because there's been many, you know, has wronged me in my life, I would react to them as lock them out of my life, avoid them completely. But if I woke up trauma free, I would definitely probably have more love and more forgiveness in my heart.
Oh, well said, David. Well said. Who's up?
Steve.
So I'm kind of do the same thing he did. Start with number 2 and hopefully figure out number 1 by then. My family pointed out to me pretty much that I was wasting my life, the drinking and the drugs, and I didn't really see it that way because I had a job, paid my bills. But looking back, yeah, it was. I wouldn't change any of it because it's going to make me who I am today. I'm glad I went through the things I went through. But yeah. And as far as if I woke up and didn't have any trauma, I have no idea. Because I couldn't tell you what it feels like, or I couldn't even imagine it, to be honest with you.
Would your want to ask you just get something out of you with this? What would you not having any trauma? How would that be beneficial to other people?
I probably wouldn't have. I've got some guilt. I involved some other people in my drug use that I don't know if they ever made it out. And I think that's the one thing I would have changed for sure.
Okay. Thanks, Steve.
Chris.
Okay, so for the first question about how would it be if I woke up without trauma, I think recovering from my trauma and still having those traumas in my past is beneficial because knowing how I navigated through my traumas to get healthy, I can also help others navigate through theirs. So I don't think without that trauma, I can help other people get through theirs. But with the family aspect, I knew my addiction affected my family, not quite to the extent because I was very selfish. I mean, my addiction was ruining my life, my health, my family relationships. You know, it cost me the relationship with my daughter, which I'm still trying to work on to get back. My family has always been, no matter how deep in my addiction I got, they were always there to listen and support me any time of day, any time of night. At first, they were enabling me without even knowing it because I could make up some bullshit reason, lie and say I blew a tire and so I was a driver, like I didn't have the money to get it, and they'd send me $200 and I'd go make a bad choice. And once they stopped the enabling and let me suffer my natural consequences, they would just pray that I would get the help I needed, and they just didn't know how to help me. They've never dealt with addiction. But knowing they were easy to pick up my patterns because my crash out was always after someone close to me died, either that or any of my friends. So anytime they would find out somebody I was close to died, they were terrified that the next day they were going to get a call that I was dead too. Because every time someone close to me died, I went off the deep end and did the same shit that killed them. So now that I've been sober for well over a year, having those conversations with my parents are so important to me, and I'm not just calling when I need something. So that seemed to be the pattern for the last 10 years. I only called when I needed something. Now when I call just to ask my dad how his day was, it's like hearing the pride in his voice that I've got my shit together is huge. Because both my grandmas died wishing I would get my shit together. I think the last thing my grandma said to me was, "Boy, when are you gonna get your shit together?" And I didn't before she passed. So I was damned if I let that shit happen with my parents.
So let's, good stuff. I'm gonna go back to question 1 for a second, and if I heard you correctly and I agree with you, it's like, well, we can use the trauma to help in the future. But listening to you answer question 2, let's go back to question 1 and look at it from a family's perspective and an empathy perspective on your side. And if you woke up with no trauma, how would that have less impacted your family then?
They wouldn't have gone through the stress of worrying that they were gonna lose their son.
Yeah, well said, Chris. Proud of you, dude. You're doing it, man.
So,
I don't really know how to answer 1, so I'll answer 2. Even though the end goal was myself with my addiction, some things that I found out through just talking to my family, not really through just conversation, was the damage I did to pretty much everybody through one way or the other, especially to my mother and my sister. Obviously, I didn't intend to do any of it, but and there's a difference between knowing and then actually knowing the damage that you have caused emotionally, especially.
Is it hard for you to talk about this right now, or are you talking about it from a sense of, hey, I survived it, I'm doing my best to correct some of this stuff? How are you?
Both, I suppose. I'm trying to be as third person as possible so I can kind of stay away from it. But just some things I will never be able to forgive myself for, or at least not anytime soon. But yeah, having some of the conversations, especially with my mother, because just for her health, there's some other things going on, but it's just hard to know that I did that to her, all things considered.
Do you want to take a stab at number 1? If you woke up and had no trauma.
I woke up and had no trauma. I don't even know how to answer that. I guess my relationships with I would feel better about myself because I didn't do that to my family, and that they would be in better spots emotionally, financially, and emotionally and financially. And that's what I care about when I did that.
I should have done this maybe earlier, but I want to explain what I'm trying to do with this, and it's interesting. First of all, I'm not trying to hurt anybody by asking that question. And I did say earlier, hey, maybe it doesn't have to be something bad, it can be something good, and I use sarcasm as an example of what you've learned about yourself from your family. But everybody that's spoken so far has, and it's okay, we've talked about the impact that we've had. So I'm gonna go back to question 1. Well, first of all, hopefully somebody will give me something good that they've learned from their family about how awesome they are. But even in question 1, asking about what it's like if you were trauma-free, by choosing sobriety, we get an opportunity to heal from that trauma every day, which you are creating, or like being almost trauma-free, or being born again, getting another chance, however you want to look at it. So that was my mindset with asking these 2 questions. It's not to hurt anybody's feelings and start making you feel badly. So if you're doing that, that's not our intent, but make sure you get that sorted, because it wasn't the intent. Okay.
Damn.
In the last months of active addiction for me, throughout all of my addiction, I was always lying and hiding the use of the drugs, and thinking that I was protecting my family from like the ugly truth or whatever. And like I said, towards the end, my mom said to me, I need you to tell me the truth, because the things that I imagine are far worse. And but that, that was very hard to hear, but I knew she was right. It made sense to me. I was like, that's what a mother would do. And it made it easier for me to tell the truth going forward. By her saying that, like, what she thought was worse made me feel like, okay, well, I can just tell her that. I can just, I can say the truth. And then I started telling the truth to myself more. And I started telling the truth to the people I interact with.
Are you telling the truth to yourself?
I still struggle with that.
Yeah.
I'm better at it. Some days are better than others. But I know it's a thing now. You know what I mean? Like, I know that I might not be, so I need to like question that or go deeper.
Do you want to answer one, what it would be like, no trauma?
The only thing I keep thinking is that I would be able to help people more, because I wouldn't be so busy trying to sort myself out.
Okay. Herbster, you have any questions or comments on YouTube that we need to address? No? Okay. Adam?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I feel like if I woke up with no trauma, I would be, I wouldn't limit myself or other people. I feel like I would be, and that the reason why is because I would be coming from a place of a more pure place, more love, maybe. Kind of like how Pam had said that. Kind of more like a place of abundance, a lot of love and a lot of care and a lot less judgments, maybe. But also, and the message that I've gotten from my family is that I was worth saving. You know. Yeah. If they could love me and believe in me through all that, I should too.
We feel the emotion in what you're saying right now. What is that?
There's gratitude. There's I don't know. There's definitely a few in there for sure. I feel blessed. I do. They have that good of a support system. Yeah, I think that I should give myself more grace. Because like I said, if they're gonna go through all that for me, then I should.
Yeah.
For sure.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I feel like I'm running a mental health group. Turning the support group meeting into one of our. It's all the same stuff. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, so, when I was here in treatment, I was presented with an opportunity to speak to a class of nurses. And I did not think that I was the right person for the job. And somebody here believed in me and wanted me to do it, and I did it. And I asked somebody else here, for some input on maybe what I should say, and they walked out that day and they said, "This is where your trauma becomes an asset." And I'm trying not to get emotional. And I didn't understand it at the time, but I went into that group of nursing students and I talked about some of my trauma and how I got to where I was. And I talked about my recovery and I talked about what my goals were. And I let them know that we're not lost causes. And when I walked out of there, Adam was with me and he looked at me and was like, "You nailed it." And I was terrified to speak in front of that group, and I walked out of there and I knew that I nailed it. And I was like, that's what my trauma being an asset means.
Right on, sister.
And hopefully I was able to let those nurses take out into the field with them a different image of what addiction is. And I spent most of my life allowing my trauma to destroy me, and it doesn't destroy me anymore. Now I get to use it to help other people for the experiences that I went through. And then as far as how addiction relates to me, I watched addiction ruin not most, but a lot of my family members. I watched a lot of family members die because of addiction, because of trauma. And I didn't want that to be my story.
And the antithesis of all of that, how was it to have a helicopter tour ride in Kona, Hawaii?
Absolutely amazing. Never in a million years would that have ever happened if I hadn't walked through the doors in this place. And I mean, I have so much gratitude for Racing for Recovery, and for both of these guys up here, and for their trauma, for what they were able to make out of themselves because of it.
If you're watching on live stream or here for the first time, these two awesome people now work at Racing for Recovery, and this is an example of what we do. So come get it. That's great.
Thank you, Linz.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good stuff.
Michelle.
Question about if I woke up with no trauma. I think I would be fearless. I think that's the correct answer for myself. I really tried to figure out like if I did. I just think I grew up a lot in fear with the trauma that was going on at home. So I think on my feelings wheel, when you look under fear, there are the offshoots of fear are they're the limiting feelings like worthless, self-doubt, all those things. So if I had no trauma, I would be minus all of those things, I imagine, because all of those things encompass fear. I wouldn't be afraid of saying what I think or stepping out on my own or pursuing my dreams maybe even. So I think that my life would be probably completely different in a good way, and maybe in some other parallel universe I'm doing that thing over there. So I'm grateful for the trauma because here I learned to understand what it was and how I can heal it so that I can move forward without those fears. And racing gives me the support to do that.
Yeah. And what's one thing your family or friends have helped you to realize about yourself through your addiction? Maybe something good that we're still looking for.
I think I was gonna say that no matter what, they still care about me.
Yeah. I know you a little bit from being here. I know the high value, and I respect it greatly that you and your family put on work. Is it safe to say that you're taking that family tradition and learning how to work where it's not really work, but it's turning into something that you enjoy that can be of service? Is that a shift in mindset that you have now?
I think they see that in me. I think they like what you're saying. Yeah, I guess to answer the question is yes. when I struggled a year ago, they're like, please get back there. You know, whatever you're doing there works, and I sort of am that connector with everybody through my different approach. I think at the end of the day, work is not who I am. Drugs and alcohol are not who I am. It's what I did, it's what I do. But learning who I am is probably the most valuable experience I can do for myself and for everybody around me. So I think that's where it goes.
There you go. Nice.
Nice.
I like these questions. The first one, I don't know, that's a hard one for me to ponder because with my spirituality, I believe everything happened just as it was supposed to. And I have gathered concepts here and understanding of things that I'm now able to pass on to my 18-year-old that is now helping her with her mental health. And so because of my trauma and what I went through and the opportunities that I've had here, I'm able to help pull her out of it before it becomes a lifelong thing for her. And like I said, I believe things happen the way that they were supposed to. As far as like my family thing goes, I have two things to say. One's a little sad and the other one's funny. My mother has told me that she has never slept better in her life. She told me that, this was a couple days ago, that she was sleeping with the phone on her pillow, right by her ear for so long. And she's so grateful that she doesn't have to do that anymore, she's sleeping well. And then also when it was real hot a couple of weeks ago, I'm like, Mom, I called her, I'm like, Mom, I'm sweating so bad, it's so hot outside. She's like, you ain't sweating like you was when you was on that stuff, so suck it up.
That's
So,
good.
Yeah.
We don't encourage laughter here, but that's okay. With respect to your daughter, and the first question, had you woke up and you were trauma-free, how would you feel about your daughter not having some of her own trauma then?
Overjoyed.
Yeah.
You know, she's 18 and I have a baby who will, I'm bound determined, 2-year-old, that I'm bound determined to never know any type of trauma or anything of my addiction. But I would be overjoyed if my oldest had never went through anything.
Again, the point of asking that question is you get to give yourself that gift of being trauma-free, or at least being able to heal it, that A, for your daughters, you're stopping the trauma with your 18-year-old, you're not adding to it, and your 2-year-old isn't gonna see it. So
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
right? That's the point of what we're doing here. That's good. Adam.
JP.
I agree with Michelle. Fearless. I woke up with no trauma. Fearless, you know what I'm saying? Able to go at life with no second guessing myself, you know what I'm saying? Just really chasing my dreams, you know what I'm saying? I guess always been a little fearful.
How can you be fearless now in your sobriety?
Finding self-love, you know what I'm saying? Just finding that confidence. I don't feel like my past holding me back no more, and I felt like that for a long time. Like I was still just carrying those chains with me, you know what I'm saying? Trying to figure out where I was gonna put them as I, you know what I'm saying, continue my path. But I really feel like I'm letting them go, and I got a clean, fresh start at wherever I want to go in life.
Anything with number 2? What have you learned about your addiction through your family, your friends that they've said?
Probably just that my worst of my addiction, I did a lot of isolating and telling myself that I was alone, you know what I'm saying, that people didn't care, you know what I'm saying, and that was a lie, an illusion, you know what I'm saying, that I was telling myself. They was there the whole time. They might not have known how to help, but definitely never stopped caring or stopped wishing that I would get better. It was right there waiting for me when I got it together.
How are you, no, I asked you enough. I'm not gonna turn it into a mental health group. Or an individual counseling test. Okay.
Just a reminder, we have 6 names and about 10 minutes left. Heather.
Yeah, there's so much in my heart at this point, and I think you get to the point I'm at. Actually 5 years and 10 months sober today.
That's all, yeah, right on.
I think it gets to a point where, like, you're past a lot of this stuff. Like, for me, it just sort of combines. And I think for me, a lot of the pain and stuff that I face with my family is done. It's done. And so I think it combines with the other, what the other part of it too. I think for me, it's pretty amazing to be at that point where my son knows and calls on me, and my older son becoming more and more successful in his life. He's a boss now, and he's just very centered in his life. And I cannot imagine waking up trauma-free. But what I can do is what I think about all the time, and what's been on my mind is how many things that I have done because I've let go of trauma. And how amazing that is. But I also agree with Lindsay on how strong I am because of my trauma.
Yeah.
And because every time I step out in faith, just like you taught me how to do, how to face the things in my life and how to go after things. I found things in myself. Like I wrote a poem for my son and my older son, and I think that I became the poet in recovery because I let go of my trauma. And found myself. And I think in that poem, I'm talking about some of the things with my older son that he literally knows how to embrace life, knows how to conquer his fears, knows how to go after things. And I think that to me is exactly what I do, is that I'm able to live. Maybe I will never have a point of being trauma-free, but I can tell you, I feel like I've come such a long way. Like, just to wake up and have nothing where there was so much hurt. And I think that there's such a deep meaning in all of that, just to be able to, still experience the races for what they are, of the people who are gone. The people who are here in this room, and just this honor that continues to grow. I think all of that comes in the place of where that trauma was, and it continues to fade away. But you just have to keep reaching out for life. So as always, I'm super grateful for everything that you guys have done, and it stays with me all the time. So.
Congrats, Heather. Good stuff. Right on. Carry on.
Jason.
Along the lines you were talking with Heather, I could be trauma-free. My daughter probably would be trauma-free, which contributed to her drug use. Contributed to my grandchildren probably having trauma. And as far as my family, my mother would still be in Ohio because she moved to Florida because she said she couldn't continue to watch me kill myself.
Wow. Okay, how are those two situations getting better now because of the work you're doing on yourself?
And I'm working on myself, which see my daughter working on herself, which hopefully my grandkids don't never have to live this life.
Yeah. Your mom, you talking to your mom?
Yeah, she's supposed to watch today, so I don't know.
Say hello to your mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, Mom, what's up?
Hi, Mom.
So cool. Congrats. By the way, if you're ever running a meeting like this, you don't let what he said first stop and end it there. You gotta pull some good out of that too, right? Go ahead.
Kevin.
We'll do the family one first. I think I learned that I was a super selfish person. That's what they told me, because I thought I was only hurting myself in my addiction. And when I got sober, I realized I was hurting them. But they become proud of me, so that's the good part of sobriety.
Yes.
I felt somebody was being proud of me for once, and that changed how I felt.
Yeah.
No, it was huge. The trauma thing, my trauma defined who I was. I had intense trauma. But if I didn't wake up with trauma, I wouldn't have been alone in life. I was alone in my trauma most of my life. I don't think I would have been alone. I think I would have had people in my life.
How's it feel to have people now?
It's a great feeling. My trust has gotten better because I didn't trust people because of abuse. So having people in my life who have empathy and want to help you and like cheer you on and support you, that's just amazing.
I like talking to you too today, Kevin. That was good.
I had a wonderful time talking to you too.
Sorry, my hands are sweating because I didn't realize so many people raised their hands before I did. Someone talked about doors. I was here last week, but it's been a long time since I was here for myself. It was about 7 years ago. I'm thankful the doors are always open. The first question is tricky for me. I think the first thing I would do if I woke up without trauma is pinch myself. Then I think I would feel relieved. And then afterward, I think I would feel ashamed. Just because I would still have the memories of all the shit I've done. To answer question 2, it's not really anything friends or family have said. It's what they didn't do while I was drinking. And I realized that, I didn't realize that last time I saw it last time, but it wasn't until your question that I started thinking about it.
Yeah.
Friends and family would be walking on eggshells, like, am I gonna be talking to sober Don? Am I gonna be talking to angry drunk Don? And I feel like they just, especially towards nighttime, they might not answer my phone call, and rightfully so, I don't blame them. Stepdad, for example, it's very rarely he'd stop by or come up and talk to me because he was afraid of me not being me. And he started to do that again. He'd come up and talk to me about stupid stuff, just to have a conversation with his son when he knew I was sober. So that kind of put a light bulb in my head.
How do you feel knowing you're not causing this anymore?
Like I said, it's nice that they don't have to feel like they're walking on eggshells.
Yeah.
Try to feel the waters they're walking into.
Nice. We'll see you next week, right?
Yes.
Okay. If not, we'll come looking for you.
All right. It's about 20 minutes away.
I'll just answer your second question.
You're not answering the first one?
Do you want me to?
Playing along with it, yeah. You got
I guess. So I know that I would be a different person and a different mom if you got rid of all my trauma, and I wouldn't want that.
Good answer.
And just being able to relate with other people on my story, it helps me.
Yeah.
And I think it creates connections that are deeper than I've ever been able to have before, besides with my children, of course. So I would never want to get rid of my trauma.
Do you need to add to your trauma to finally be the awesome person you're destined to be?
No, because I just did that for 2 weeks and it did nothing.
Answer number 2.
It's destroying my family. Every time I go out, and I'm not invincible. And they just want me to get better for myself and just myself. And it's not just my family's reactions that I've gotten taught lessons through. It's definitely my kids' actions and emotions that have told me the most.
Are you proud of yourself for being there talking right now?
Not yet.
What do you need from us to be proud of yourself for being there?
I don't know.
be here tomorrow, right? Okay. Thanks, Kenzie.
Buddy Kens. I didn't know I was gonna go right after her. Lindsay, I wish you would have cried because I'm crying, so. I'm gonna go with the trauma. If I would have grown up with the trauma, I would be so scared. Mad, angry, all of it.
Would you say you're gonna feel at Christmas though?
Hopeful.
Yeah. This it's our show. Everybody should know, Racing for Recovery started because of what is going on right now with having a support group meeting that affects or that welcomes everybody who's been affected by addiction, and this is why. And to have you two both here again tonight, showing up, that's beautiful. Hard, but beautiful. So let's give a round of applause to everybody. Good meeting. I want to play along in this real quickly because Kim, you made me think of my dad for a second. I was on whatever I was doing one time, ranting and raving about what a horrible mom my stepmom was, and my dad very calmly looked at me and said, "Do you think you could have been a better son?" And that just rocked me to the core. I still did what I was doing for another few years after that, but God, I heard that, and all these years later, I don't know if I'm a better son, but at least I'm not doing what I was doing. And that's a gift in of itself. So again, bringing this topic up, it was not meant to hurt anybody or beat anybody up. It's to get us to look at this and say, well, yes, I've been through some stuff. I can end that. I can begin to heal from that and go on and live a productive life. And that's what we're doing here. So good meeting tonight. Who has walked down the street, the autobiography?
Autobiography in 5 short chapters by Portia Nelson. 1, I walk down the street, there's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in. I am lost, I am hopeless. It isn't my fault. It takes forever to find a way out. 2, I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I pretend I don't see it. I fall in again. I can't believe I'm in the same place. But it isn't my fault. It takes a long time to get out. 3, I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it is there. I still fall in. It's a habit. My eyes are open. I know where I am. It is my fault. I get out immediately. 4, I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I walk around it. 5, I walk down another street.
Thanks, everybody.